Well, again, thank you for coming out this rainy day. As you well know from the reports, we're here today because we had, of course, a fire at Philadelphia National Records, the famous label of Gamble and Huff, and of course Tommy Bell. And of course, we know Gamble and Huff's history involved in creating the most world-renowned labels in the world. The Sound of Philadelphia, creating artists such as Teddy Pendergrass, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Patti LaBelle. Even in those studios there have a lot of history. That's where Chubby Checker recorded the Twist and many others, Dee Dee Sharp and many others. And of course, over the years, Gamble Huff created songs such as Love Train, which we see on commercials today, such as the Coors Light. Love Train, Ain't No Stopping Us Now through McFadden and Whitehead. And Backstabbers, If You Don't Know Me By Now, and of course, You'll Never Find Love Like Mine with artists such as Lou Rawls, Phyllis Hyman, the Jones Girls, and others. The 3 Degrees, When Will I See You Again, all those great hits there. But we had a fire in our building on Sunday morning. It appears that we had an intrusion into our building, and as a result of that, a fire came about. And in our building here, which is a historic building, Gamble Huff have been in that building since 1971. And in that building, that's where we have our recording studios, that's where we have our writers' rooms, that's where we have the rooms where Gamble Huff did their production. We have Gamble Huff's original rooms that they did their writing and production in. We have original pianos in there. We have so many original things. We have artifacts and memorabilia on our walls that go back almost 40 years, gold and platinum albums, and all those things there. Many of you may not been in our recording studios. We have the original shag carpet in our studios. Has the colors of orange and yellow and others going back in the 70s. So we also have been a tourist attraction here in Philadelphia and around the world. Here in Philadelphia with the various Convention and Visitors Bureau and tourism agencies. We do tours there. And we've had visitors from about 14 countries around the world, press and media who have come there. So what has occurred is that we've had damage to our building, to that 3rd floor. The damage has extended from our administrative offices to our computer offices, to our storage room. It apparently started in our storage room. And in addition to that, it damaged our walls. We have smoke damage on our walls. Some of our rooms are burnt beyond repair, and we have a lot of soot and damage. So hopefully you'll see some of that today, just in a limited way. When the fire occurred, Gamble and Huff were in New York, accepting an award for the New York Theater of Arts. When it happened, they were in Harlem, and so that's when it occurred. What we're displaying to you is, what we're displaying to you is some of the memorabilia that we have that were burned. There's many. We estimate about maybe 40% of our memorabilia is damaged. What you see before you are some of the gold albums and plaques and famous pictures. Gold albums that reflect Teddy Pendergrass, Billy Paul, and other artists. Also, where the fire started, that was our personal supply of all of our CDs for merchandising, and so we had Teddy Pendergrass, Patti LaBelle, all of our major artists. Some of the merchandise got damaged or was destroyed actually. But we're happy to say, as we mentioned earlier, that all of our master recording masters for Gamble and Huff, we have 10,000 tapes, are in an underground vault outside of the city, and so the masters were protected, and we have backups, and we're happy to know that. But we're more concerned about the history to it, the memorabilia to it, the history behind it, which these 2 men here have created for the last 50 years for Gamble and Huff. In fact, next year will be 40 years that Philadelphia National Records would have been around, and in 2012 will represent 50 years, unprecedented, that this partnership team have been together. So we're saddened by it, but we're glad to have Mr. Gamble and Mr. Huff here. We're concerned that this fire happened. We don't know why it was set or done, and it's still under investigation by the authorities. Now we're going to turn over to Mr. Gamble and Mr. Huff, who can tell you their thoughts and feelings on what we have here. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Kenny Gamble, our chairman, and then afterwards, Mr. Huff, our co-chairman.
Thank you all for coming. This press conference basically is to summarize what has happened thus far at Philadelphia International. Needless to say that Huff and myself, we feel violated that someone would go into our sacred place and create such havoc in that facility. We've been there for 40 years and never had any incidents. As always, we have tried to be good citizens and make a strong contribution to Philadelphia. So more important than anything, we want the investigation to continue, because the most important thing is we kind of know who did it. Bottom line of it is why they did it. Why would someone go into that space and put fire into that great institution? As Chuck said, it's still under investigation, and we're very confident that the authorities will come to a conclusion, and we're supporting them in every way, all the authorities. And we're confident they're going to do a good job. As has been said before, it's very suspicious fire, and we are devastated by this event. I had the opportunity to walk through there yesterday, and I looked at the hallways where there was always music, fun, laughter, so many wonderful writers, producers, young people from Philadelphia and from around the country and from around the world who have come to that facility. And to see the devastation in that building is just unbelievable. So I thank all of you who have come here today, and to all of those out there who have called and wished us well, and we've gotten calls from all over the world. We thank you very much, and believe me, like Huff says, what do you say, Huff? Say we will survive, you know. And by the way, come on up, Huff, for a minute. By the way, and the other thing is that McFadden Whitehead had a song that was very, very popular. And so we're going to put this into a song, because it was, ain't no stopping us now. So we'll take this here as, you know, every stumbling block can become a stepping stone. And so, and every knock is a boost. So that's how we're looking at it. We're looking at this is something that's going to give us energy to move on in the future.
You're right. Yes, Gamble, because if we wrote the song, only the strong survive.
That's right.
And we'll take this and learn from it, and we'll continue to grow. And we always manage to persevere through tribulations, and we will survive this. Precious memories, they can't destroy the memories, you know, but the Almighty wrapped his arms around that studio. That was my concern. Everything else was cosmetic, but the studio was untouched. And my music lab was not harmed at all. So the music was intact. So me and Gamble got the resources to continue to make music. But I haven't walked through that building yet, but when I do, I'm going to absorb the devastation, like Gamble says, about we'll bounce back, believe me.